Kellyanne Conway is counselor to the president. Kellyanne, good to see you. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's deadline day. This is the day the House Intelligence Committee wants the Justice Department to turn over any and all evidence they have that proves that Barack Obama wiretapped the phones at Trump Tower during the campaign, as President Trump has alleged. Are we going to have real facts on this afternoon?
The president called for the House and Senate Intelligence Committees to add this piece of the investigation to an existing investigation, and he's pleased that that is happening. We won't really comment further until those findings are complete.
Why wouldn't the president say to Jeff Sessions, his appointee as Attorney General, turn over to the American public evidence on this subject so that I can be proven right when I accuse Barack Obama of committing a crime during the campaign?
Well, two quick things there. First of all, that sounds like a very incendiary allegation. What the president is saying, what Jim Clapper has said on other networks, if not this one, is that he can say those organizations under his purview did not do this, but that doesn't discount the rest of the Obama administration. We know what Kevin Lewis, the president's spokesman, said a week ago, Matt. He said that he can tell you that the president and people in the White House weren't responsible.
Well, you say an incendiary accusation. It was the President Trump, who made that accusation.
Look, we're very happy that the House and Senate Intelligence Committee see enough to go ahead and add this to an investigation where nobody sees enough anymore.
Aren't they doing it as a courtesy? Because, I mean, in essence, what the president is doing is saying, hey, Congress, could you find this out for me when it's something that he himself could pick up the phone and find out? Senator John McCain said this weekend, either retract the statement to President Obama or provide the information. This is information he has. He tweeted about it. He brought it up. So he has the power to clarify. Why not?
I can't comment on the private conversations he's having with his attorney general and other officials, as goes this topic, but we're well aware of the deadline, and we're glad that it's happening.
If he doesn't provide some proof here, Kellyanne, don't we risk going down the road to September 16th, 2016, when then candidate Trump had to stand in front of those microphones, and after years of insinuating that the President Obama was not born in this country, the whole phony birther thing, had to say, no, in fact, he was born here. Don't we risk running down that road again?
No, I'm not surprised you're conflating the two, but I fail to see the comparison. What I will say is that we're talking about a big agenda here. I know it's your show and you could talk about what you want, but there are 20 million people just last year who said no to Obamacare. 6.5 million of them paid a penalty.
Can I just stop you right there,
ones asked for a hardship
The media
exception.
did not bring up this topic.
President Trump
I didn't say that you did, but there's so much going on that the American people also want to hear about.
All the more reason to question why it is that he would bring that up and then therefore throw the discussion. I mean, it isn't like something that a blogger wrote. It's something the President of the United States accused his predecessor of tapping his phone.
And it's under investigation.
So, in fairness, the media are just trying to find out if there's any veracity to the thing
I understand,
he claims.
but there are so many other things going on as well that matter to Americans. They heard what he said in this joint session. They're still listening to that message. They're happy that a health care plan that has left millions with skyrocketing premiums and no care. There are literally some people in this country, Savannah, who have an insurance card and literally can't use it because they can't afford the premiums and the deductibles. That can't stand.
Paul Ryan was asked a very simple question. How many people are going to lose health care coverage, insurance under this new plan as compared to Obamacare? He couldn't come up with an answer. As a spokesperson for the president, can you give me a number?
Yes. The fact is that what Speaker Ryan said below that comment was he can't give you an answer because he doesn't know what people will do once they have.
Because it's up to them.
Well, it's up to them. Once they have more choice and freedom in the marketplace, they'll have tax credits. Those who are not currently on Medicaid and those who don't have employer-sponsored plans. That's who we're really talking about here in repeal and replace coverage. So he doesn't know what they'll do, but we know what they will have. They will have more choices, more competition, including across state lines.
But access to health care is very different than having health care.
Well, we want people to have care. We want everybody to have care. And we know that there's inequitable tax treatment right now among those who get about 175 million Americans who get their health insurance through their employers. Those who are on Medicaid will continue to be on Medicaid. And the health savings accounts, the interstate cross lines, the ability of mechanics and farmers and small business owners to pool their coverage together and receive health care together in associated pools.
Another important issue to people, the economy, jobs. Got a good jobs report on Friday. The unemployment rate has now dropped to 4.7%. We know during the campaign when these very same jobs figures would come out, the president said they were fake, the Obama administration was making them up, and they were a hoax. Sean Spicer, the White House press secretary, was asked about this. Let me play you his response.
Yeah, I talked to the president prior to this, and he said, to quote him very clearly, "They may have been phony in the past, but it's very real now."
Okay, it's a funny line, but in a sense, he can't even answer that question with a straight face because he knows that the president is saying numbers that were fake when they were under his predecessor are now real because they're good. I mean, what gives? How do you explain that?
If you are one of the miners or somebody manufacturing construction who is receiving one of these 235,000 new jobs created in the president's first full month on the job, Savannah, that's the only number that matters to you.
Right, but was
That's not
the
what she's
miner's
asking.
job real under President Trump, but not real under President Obama? That's what's just said.
And half of the media laughed at the comment. It was a lighthearted moment. But the fact is, we have less than 5% unemployment. You have CEOs coming to the White House and making announcements to unleash investments, to create new jobs.
But you know that's
to
not what the issue is.
Not take jobs to Mexico. Pardon?
But you know that's not what the issue is here. It's an
here's
issue of credibility. He's saying these are the Labor Department has been doing these numbers the same way for decades. Love them or hate them, think they're right or wrong. The process hasn't changed. The method has not changed. So the question is, where's the credibility there saying those numbers were fake, but now they're real because I happen to be in the
credibility is in the $7 billion Intel took off the shelf and is going to unleash an investment because they're working with President Trump to do so. The credibility is in the 235,000 new jobs created. In other words, he's the president now, and we're looking at what this president is doing in short order.
Well, with all due respect, what Savannah is asking is, if we couldn't believe what he was saying during the campaign, if he was calling these numbers fake when they were real, because they're real now, where's the credibility in that?
Well, he's also talking about things that were fake, like you can keep your doctor if you like your doctor, you can keep your plan if you like your plan. There's a lot of fakery going on for people who were promised something that never came to be. And healthcare is the best example of that, which is why it's his first major legislative priority, Matt and Savannah. He's out there saying to Americans who feel like they can't get care, they can't get coverage. We have 5 states now and 1,021 counties. Roughly 1 in 5 Americans in this country live under one choice. That's not a choice if you only have one insurance provider.
But in fairness, that doesn't answer the question. I mean, you were mentioning healthcare, but on this issue of the jobs numbers, fake then, real now.
I'm talking about numbers that do matter to Americans right now. And President Obama has his legacy. President Trump is just getting started, but the stock market likes his presidency. The job creators like his presidency. The miners certainly do. He rolled back a terrible regulation that was hurting them. And now they're part of, along with manufacturing and construction, industries that are benefiting in an outsized way in this first initial jobs report from February, his first full month on the job.
Kellyanne, thank you for being here. We appreciate it.